Well, he's a liar. Guess got two layers. Could have the SEMO crime before we commit it. Let me think. So it takes 10 minutes to walk from the Place de la Concorde to this very spot. And the Palace Royal lies 5 minutes north of here. But the crowd will be very large and slow. It may take twice, maybe 3 times as long to make the move. Having logistic problems, madame.
Having math problems.
Perhaps. The plan is to walk the crowd from here through Tuileries to the Palace Royal. But if we take too long to pass through Tuileries, the police will trap us in. We could be flanked and slaughtered. That is quite an issue.
Why not just meet at the palace?
That's a good point. Why not just get the protesters to meet at the Palace Royal itself? Because the Place de la Concorde is an ideal meeting location. It's enormous and easy to get to. I see. But even if you got to say half the protesters to meet at the Palace Royal, you would cut down on traveling time. I get it. A smaller crowd would be easier to direct across the garden. I'll pass the idea along to Piero and see what he has to say. He's the one in charge of leading the crowds after all. That bird-brain parrot would probably just shoot the idea down, right? Probably, but I appreciate your input. Thanks. I don't know if you genuinely want to help or if you're just telling me what I want to hear out of fear. But thank you, Falcon. I'm not scared of you. It's no problem, madame. For the Second Republic, right?
Have you seen how large I am? I could probably punch you in the face.
I don't even care. You could shoot me. Right, for the Second Republic. Maybe he's like gradually working on her heartstrings or something.
Getting her to trust him.
Les Halls. Let me guess. You have a weapons supplier somewhere around here? Or maybe this is where you plan on meeting an informant, a government defector. It is as good a meeting spot as any. Actually, I'm here for groceries. No, I just wanted to make a cake today.
No, I just want a cake. It's a piece of cake to bake a pretty revolution.
Yes, we all agreed that we were going to have a cake before we start the revolution. Get them hyped, make them happy.
Cake, a little wine, and then we go ham, dog.
Go ham! Just the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air playing in the background. There's no need for that look. You think that just because I'm a gun-toting rebel that I don't need to buy food. I still eat.
Ma'am Bumert! Ma'am Bumert!
Demon child, I love you. Well, if it isn't Sartain and Little Gambade. You're growing bigger every time I see you.
Ma'am, you have to hear this. Something big went down here yesterday. A policeman. A nasty, ugly policeman.
Was it a chicken, perhaps?
Can I kill him?
He needs to die. I agree. Let me guess. He was bullying people into revealing secrets on the whereabouts of the revolutionaries.
Well, that's how it started, ma'am. Same old bullying tactics. He was pushing around this old beggar rat who hangs around the market sometimes. But then when the rat wasn't speaking up, the policeman drew his gun and shot him.
Oh my fucking... what? The policeman shot the beggar just like that?
Yep, but then the coward cop went and ran before we could turn on him.
I find this difficult to believe. A policeman wouldn't openly shoot a beggar without just cause. Open your eyes, Falcon. This is the regime us the Parisians live under. We are ignored by the government, oppressed by the police, and hanged by the courts. Oh my god, this is so close to real life. Why do you think I'm fighting so hard to make a change? Can't put up with this sort of bullying. No, this can't be right. Something has to be missing from Santine's story. Do you mind if I ask a couple of questions, madame?
Sure, ask away.
Make it quick, Falcon. Well, there's... I guess we can ask all of these, right? She's not going to stop us.
I'm not sure. She might.
What does the policeman look like? What did the policeman look like?
Well, I didn't get a good look, but he was tall and ugly and mean-looking, and he had one eye.
One eye?
Yep, he had one of them pirate patches.
There's no way. Is Fraternité going into the streets and shooting people?
Seems like that type of guy.
Ring any bells, Falcon? It does. Let's get him. I know the man who fits description, but it simply couldn't be him. That's true. He's like real into law. Like even when it was like he hates us more than anything and thought we were the freaking killer, he like didn't shoot us. He's a bitter individual, but he's morally righteous. I can't imagine him shooting an innocent person so recklessly. Don't let your bias towards the justice system affect your judgment, Falcon. If you think you know who did this, then please name and shame him. I think I should bite my tongue until I am a little more certain.
Do you want to know anything else, Monsieur?
Yes. If a policeman did shoot an innocent person, then there would surely be an investigation. Ha! Your naivety knows no bounds, Falcon. You think the police care if one of their own is out of control.
Actually, there was one bloke asking around, but I don't think he was a policeman.
Was it Sparrowson? Oh, go on, madame.
Well, it was this charming fox.
Bernard. A friend of yours, Falcon? Oh my god! What if they shot Mousy?
It was a rat. It was a beggar rat. Mousie's a mouse.
Mousies always look like a beggar. I'm just saying. Something like that. We should probably pay him a visit to see what he's up to. Pay him a visit? I suppose we could set aside a little time. I mean, we'll just go grocery shopping.
Do you want something else?
Who's the rat? Just who was this beggar rat?
I didn't really know him well, Monsieur. None of us did. He was kind of a loner who would hang around asking for scraps of food, and since I don't even know his name.
That's so sad. Did he have no family, no means of support? Falcon, do you have any idea how many beggars there are on the streets of Paris? No, not really. How many people go hungry? How many people are forced to turn to crime? I'm well aware, madame. I'm asking these questions to see if there was perhaps some reason why this particular rat was killed. But no, it appears that this was just the loss of one unnamed beggar rat among many. It's tragic.
That is it, monsieur. Is there any other way that I can help?
That's all, madame. Thanks for all your help.
No problem. Anything to help Madame Bumert.
We'll try to get to the bottom of this, Santain. Just make sure to stay safe when the revolution starts. Stay inside. Keep Cambade safe.
Of course, ma'am. You stay safe yourself, you hear?
She seems like a good person, but still a little salty over Coco Rico.
Visitors, Monsieur Volpez! Visitors!
My heart. I'm happy. Really, Falcon, what do you hope to accomplish in this sleazy back alley establishment?
Sleazy? Madam, my back alley office is perhaps a little cluttered and eclectic, but I resent the accusation of sleaze.
I was like, this is a bunch of bull coming from you. You hide in, like, the catacombs.
Surrounded by the bones of the dead. He has an office.
Yeah, it just has lots of books because he's smart. Maybe I should do the introductions. This is the leader of the rebellion, Rebellion Leader Volpez. Monsieur Volpez, this is Madame Bumert, a friend of mine. Madame, this is...
Bernard Volpez, private investigator, at your service. It is a pleasure to meet you, madam. Ah, how stoic. I'm sure you have some pressing question to ask, Falcon, but before we get started, there is something I must tell you. Monsieur Sparrowson dropped by earlier. He informed me of your situation.
Sparrowson? Is he alright?
Oh yes, he's now working with Inspector Valerti, attempting to unravel the rebel plot.
Oh my god, we're gonna face him off in court. Just as I thought, it appears that your lackey has solidified his position as a traitor to the Second Republic, Falcon. He was never part of the Second Republic.
Perhaps, perhaps not. Sparrowson doesn't strike me as a person who sides with any ideology. But you know, he asked me the most peculiar question. Would you like to know what it was?
Of course.
Such information is quite valuable. It would cost, say, 30 francs.
God damn it. Take my money. Yeah, I know how this works. Here's your money, monsieur.
Very good. So, on to the question. Sparrowson asked me if you were the Viridian Killer. The one responsible for the random bombings during the July Revolution 18 years ago.
Why on earth would he ask that?
Perhaps the inspector had been telling him stories.
So what did you tell him?
The truth, of course. That is, that I have no idea who the Viridian Killer is, but that I knew it couldn't possibly be Falcon.
Oh, and how do you know that I'm not the Viridian Killer? I could be the Viridian Killer.
Falcon, please. You're a semi-drunk, bumbling oaf, not a ruthless killer. Anyway, I've started my own investigation into the Viridian Killer. It's fascinating stuff. Apparently he was seen in multiple places at once, which leads some to believe that he was actually more than one person.
Oh.
And do you know why they called him, or should I say them, the Viridian Killer?
Viridian is a greenish color, isn't it? No, I don't have a clue. Crimson Killer would be a much cooler name. Much cooler.
It appears that no one knows the origin of the name, which leads me to inspect that he, or indeed they, chose their own name.
This is all fascinating, truly fascinating. But perhaps we can return the conversation to why we're here. Of course, Monsieur Volpez. We heard that you were investigating the murder at Les Harleys.
There was. That victim was a friend of Mousie's.
Aww.
More of an acquaintance, really.
Well, we want to know if you managed to uncover anything. Did you find any leads, any juicy clues?
Not as such. It's quite a peculiar case. Did you hear that the murderer wore an eye patch?
I did.
You know what that implies, don't you, Falcon? You only know of one police officer, or indeed one person, who wears an eye patch.
The inspector. But that can't be right. You wouldn't describe him as a murderous man, would you, Monsieur Volpez?
Murderous? I don't know. He's certainly passionate about finding the Viridian killer. Who's to say that he wouldn't kill in the pursuit of his arch-enemy?
Falcon, I want to solve this mystery as much as you do, but time is pressing and we have other matters to attend. We must take our leave. Understood. Until next time, Monsieur Volpez.
Goodbye and good luck, Monsieur Falcon. It was a pleasure meeting you, madam. Monsieur Volpez? That lioness looked pretty angry. Is this revolution going to end in blood, Mr. Volpez, just like in 1830?
Well, the Place Royale. Just look at that disgusting dim of fat cat bourgeois and hypocritical politicians. The king is probably in there as we speak. Probably sitting in his high chair, stuffing his bloated face with cake and wine, while he boasts about being the perfect citizen king. Did you come here to complain? Did you come here just to moan about the king? No, I've come here to moan about the Prime Minister as well. He's a terrible person and he's racist.
Equal opportunity.
Equal opportunity for all animals. No, I've come to assess the potential battleground. I thought you said you didn't want violence.
Yeah, but she's got a plan for it anyway.
On the day of the rebellion, I might order Puyo to set up a barricade over there. What do you think? There, right outside the Palace Royale. Of course, it's the perfect place for a defense garrison. We can gather furniture from nearby buildings, build a wall, and position rifles to fend off the police.
And make the king pay for it.
We're good. It's gonna be huge.
It's gonna be huge.
We're gonna make him pay for it. Build a wall. Make France great again. When the time is right, I will serve as the ideal location to launch our assault on the palace. So, you weren't just throwing empty words in the tavern. You actually do intend on dragging the king out of the palace through violence. Of course. He will never abdicate on his own volition.
Have you seen him? He's a bitch penguin.
Yeah, he's a fucking asshole. I agree.
You wouldn't let me rap at him.
Yeah, I was like, yo. I started off with the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. He doesn't like Will Smith. Who doesn't like Will Smith?
Who the fuck?
Who does he think he is? It's not as if I don't like Will Smith. I like Will Smith very much. It's not as if I want to see bloodshed, Falcon. It's necessary. Because I hate him. It's inevitable.
Because he's a jerk.
I just, it's not actually necessary. He's really weak. But I hate him. I mean, we have to be realistic. There's no way to bring change to a country without using violence, is there? Gandhi says differently, sir. Madam. I think there are ways. You don't need to always be violent. I think there are ways. People look back on the violent moments of history. The executions, the wars, the bloody revolutions. But who's to say that a country could not be overturned just through the chance of the people?